before how squishy a Pugna can be, even in this core role, right? But it allows you to connect to a successful gank attempt much more readily and start to get in a lot of that burst.
I don't know, Dan. I'm very worried if UDV get triple BKB that there will be no damage on Army Geniuses.
Yeah, I mean, they've had such a dominant early game that PA's not going to be farmed enough to be able to contest that. She might have her second item, perhaps, at that sort of time, but still a lot to have to deal with. And they're going for a smoke, trying to target this PA just before Mars gets the Blink Dagger, so might be able to react quickly enough. They drop down, they see exactly where this is all happening.
Oh no, DV.
What?
Okay, they miss everything. Now you can land some of the abilities. Nama's in position to get out. And they don't have many more kisses left, but it doesn't matter. He still is able to tick him over thanks to the Purge. And oh, that would have been disastrous if they didn't get that kill.
Trailing upwards is what that gank was by UDV. It's just like whiff spell after whiff spell, but they're so far ahead that it doesn't matter at this stage. Still able to continuously put the pressure onto DB. 0 and 4 now, halfway towards that Battle Fury, and I mean, it's going to be quite some time until he's been able to fully pick it up.
Reese is stuck in a very awkward spot. Gonna continue to drop the combos though, so Reese gets the D ward. Meanwhile, it's still a game where Army Genius is just trying to make as much space as possible for the Phantom Assassin.
That is optimistic, Wami.
Yeah.
That is very optimistic.
I'm just looking at Wami trying to suck down Ken, and all of a sudden Lucifer just wraps around, and now Wami is in no man's land. Although, nice decrypt TP, but that just sets up for an even better Scatter Blast.
That is very ambitious to be able to go for that when you don't have a tower for your teammates to rejoin. I know it's important to put some pressure onto Ken, but you can't do it solo as a Pugna.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is another thing they were mentioning in the pre-game content we had, is that Army Genius just felt like if they could snowball the laning phase, then the early game should be theirs, and from there it should be easy pickings, and it's well and truly been the opposite.
The opposite of that, yeah. Certainly, I'm sure this isn't how they were expecting the lanes to turn out. It does feel like Dota more and more these days, though, is about those strong lanes and being able to convert that. So we'll see. I mean, Army Geniuses, they're sitting in third for a reason. They've shown some really good performances after it was looking a little rough at the very beginning. They had some losses against Talon and RSG, but since then they've been looking confident. Armor, he's getting ganked.
That he is. Repreto flies over. It's like, yeah, you know, I didn't help out too much, but I'm more than happy just to kill secure on the Tiny, and they're instantly trying to set up top as well. They're scouting out the Phantom Assassin, so it's going to be Lucifer and Repeater on the hunt.
They could lose this tier 2 tower. They have no glyph, they've got a siege creep, and they've got a farmed as hell TA and Kunkka, who has a BKB.
This is such an awesome move from UDV. There's the combo out. It's an easy kill, and now the tier 2 tower. They're going to look to defend it. UDV, they have to be cautious how long you stick around, but JG protected with the BKB. An instant TP along with Ken. Dude, that's such an awesome movement. You know the Snapfire and the Mars, they do not want to be showing. That's your team fight. You want no information of these two heroes, so it's not obvious if they're either behind UDV with that siege or if they're making a play across the map. So really nice read and plays from UDV.
Zero and Wami, they're looking to make a play here, but smoke pops. Lucifer gets all of that information that they need. They were maybe considering that they might be looking to go into Roshan just because they've got a great lineup for it. Of course, with the Meld, with the Blightstone, with the Snapfire. Plenty of ways for UDV to look to take that, but no, they were just looking to be a bit more passive, play around a lot of their big cooldowns. They didn't have the arena, they didn't have the boat at the time, no Mortimer's Kisses, and it feels like they just want to wait for at least this Desolator to come out for Ken, and then they're happy to go beyond there. And this is really the UDV that I was expecting to see from
top lane. They've run into Rapido. He's got JG nearby. He's going to try and drop the boat, but my lord, it is showing that the magic burst pre-BKB is still something that they have to fear.
It is, but he's only the recipe component away, right? And it's not like you're going to lose Roshan on Army Geniuses, so feels like UDV can just play this one a tiny bit slower if they want to. Just as readily, you're able to... I suppose they didn't use any big cooldowns to be able to get that kill, so want to be a little bit cautious. But with that Desolator now on the TA, it just means that she's so much more capable of farming incredibly quickly and doing the damage.
VG in some trouble, needs T to step in. Banishment saves, now gives him the window to pop the BKB if need be. Azura still has plenty left to reset out of the fight and is going to do just that. So Army Geniuses unable to get something out of this, but they are continuing to make space for DB with this Battle Fury now.
They go for a four-man smoke behind Ken. It's back to the rest of his team, and they're going to be able to find Boat. Comes off cooldown now for JG, and he's going to be the one leading the way.
Rapido, this could be perfect. They're in a close proximity. Rapido trying to find his angle, but it doesn't even matter. Now he's into the western side. Variz is the only person controlled in the arena, but look at Wami's damage from the outskirts. Finds at least some way to rectify the fight. I don't know if Army Genius can still take this though. DB doesn't have the items to man fight UDV. They're gonna poke and prod, do whatever they can. It will be a 2-for-1 in the end.
I'd say they could rush. Again, they used a lot of cooldowns, so maybe not wanting to, but I feel like they could still look to Roshan pretty easily. Right? Like as long as you've got vision, the burst damage isn't really a factor. They've had to use a lot of smokes in recent times on Army Geniuses, so they should be able to the drop PV if they were looking to go for some kind of wraparound play. But you can just see Army Geniuses seem to think that they're potentially looking to go into this Roshan, but actually going to be walking up underneath the ward, and Tiny, he's the one that you want to try and catch out.
Oh no, Losify. Under the cover of the Glimmer, they do have detection. But UDV, they get the banishment. They won't even kill the Snapfire. As UDV, the cavalry has arrived. And Wami gets blown up under the pressure of the magic damage. And now Roche, well, that is on the agenda.
And now they can do the Roshan. I feel like Wami's been playing a lot of these team fights incredibly well. Just so much damage that he's able to output. Even that one, to be able to get onto the Shadow Demon, he ended up doing 1,700 of the damage towards the team fight. But it's just not enough. You know, this is a position 3 Pugner. He's playing it very well, but he's playing a lone hand at this stage.
Yeah, that attempt they made to try and kill the Snapfire up top that was underneath the cliff ward. So UDV, they had so much time to be able to react, and that's why they could get in the area and set themselves up. But now they've got Aegis, so these towers should soon fall.
Yeah, I think you might probably just want to wait until that BKB is available for Rapidos, just so he can go in onto the front lines. TA be the third one to look to pick it up, and yeah, seems like the perfect way to go about it if I was them. Take the tier 1 tower top now that the glyph has been refreshed.
It's a game of cat and mouse for Army Geniuses. 10,000 deficit, just looking to continue to get these items for DB. He does have the second component now completed for the BKB though.
You do get a bit of relief though in being able to farm the enemy triangle. It's exactly where he should be right now, because this bottom side of the map, there's nothing for UDV to look to take, right? All of the objectives are on the top side. You want to look to try and take that away from them, and they want to play aggressive with this Aegis. So DB, he's just going to be constantly moving back and forth between what were the unsafe areas on the map to get up that BKB.
Don't know if DB's game's going to get much easier though, especially if Tihi goes into the Agnums. He's this 1-1 and 3, he's got the Philosopher's Stone, so he will be able to find a pretty big item here. And I think if it is the Agnums, then it's very difficult for the Phantom Assassin to take these fights if the Shadow Demon's alive.
BKB is available. And a DD rune as well. I mean, you're talking about the Aghanim Scepter. I honestly think this game is going to be done before the Aghanim Scepter is even close to being finished up. I feel like UDV are really in the driver's seat right now to look to try and end this.
tower is under attack.
Ken's even got a double damager in for good measure as well. So tier 2 tower soon to be under siege. They've got plenty of time to be able to utilize his first ages. They are just continuing to form this chokehold onto the map, but it's the network lead's not continuing to grow. Like, Radiant have done a very good job at getting out of the map and at least finding something.
I guess, but I mean, they've still got that mid tower to play around. You've taken away a lot of the vision available. There's no cliff remaining. You've still got the Aegis. You've got triple BKBs. So I don't think the net worth lead is really what you care about right now. It's just how many objectives can you look to claim and look to strangle DB even further? Because he is still someone that needs to farm, right? Maybe you look to try and put up an observer ward like they just have on Teehee inside your own triangle so that you can see when these small camps are starting to be taken away and then make a rotation back. But having the BKB might enable him, if he's really quick on the fingers, to BKB TP away, but it does still feel like they're playing for time on Army Genius's side. Got to be really stealthy about how they take a lot of these engagements. Another one of the plus sides, though, is that I believe you've got the Aghanim Scepter completed for Azura, but needing to send the courier again out to the side of the map where UDV don't want to be. Oh no, you don't want your courier to die though.
The vision once again, Rapido jumps to the backline. Arena only controlling Wami, great reactions with the blink, but one hero's going to be killed off. Meanwhile, across the map, JG's hunting DB down, but he will not be able to catch up.
BKB. Yeah, get out.
Oh, once again, Rapido. Oh no! The vision game, but Azura's not dead just yet. Now the turnaround, all of a sudden, UDV, they've run straight into the trap. They're going to be able to stand their ground off the back of the banishment. DB has to get out. He's able to do just that, but Ken, still protected with the Aegis, going to try and force stuff forward. They can't even kill the first alive. Ken, healthy enough. Oh my.
Was feeling it like he was like, all right, I got 40 seconds left on this Aegis. Doesn't really matter if I die. Didn't panic, use the BKB. It's actually quite a big deal that Teehee, he was standing right next to where this courier was flying over him when that previous team fight broke out, and they've got the point booster, been able to come across the entire map. So now with that level 15 on Azura, got the extra resonant pulse damage, he's got the silence as well. He really wants to make sure that he's targeting Teehee in every single one of these engagements.
I think it's, if you kill Teehee and you kill Lucify as well, it's a lot that UDV need through the fight. It's just the control, the team fight burst. That's definitely the name of the game for Army Genius. Just get rid of the supports and go from there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Absolutely. Now this is something that Ken previously, he had to be very not selective.
Is that yours? Oh, okay. Very close to the timer of ticking out on the X.
They, he previously had to want to pop the BKB quite aggressively on Ken. They found here.
Man, I don't know what the Tiny's doing here. Looking to just try and
stalling,
get rid of the Kree wave and yeah, make space.
Still up against the level 20 TA, right? And now she's got that meld dispels, so not worried about offensive decrepifiers. You don't need to waste the BKB for it. The silence, of course, as well. Teehee is the exact target they want.
They're going to run into DB as well, so we're killing to Teehee, but this does push them away from the map, so yeah, Rory's very nicely done. It's going to force out the BKB, though, on DB to make it out.
What do you reckon about this win probability? It says 18%, and honestly, it's a 12k lead, right? It's a lot to have to contend into. There's the 5 Aries, have to be careful.
What the heck? Okay, he's actually going to jump in. So invited up Azura straight into the middle of the fight. Spear's going to be off the mark, and DB now with the fan and knives. Looking to stand his ground, but he doesn't have the BKB, so they can focus the PA. A Phantom strike to the right side, and now Wami is in trouble. Has no way to escape, no mobility in the toolkit, so it'll be UDV. They're really weak though. Narman's gonna look to jump over. The combination is out. They find a kill into JG. Now DB as well. He's in the Frananized percent damage. It's something they need to respect. Ken though, he doesn't have the BKB. Refraction up in a couple of seconds. They can force out, but DB still on the prowl. Azura's got an ultimate charge up shortly as well with double resonant pulse, but he just needs the vision. He needs the information, but he's going to guess the wrong direction as it looks like UDV will just scurry away.
Using that aggressive blink to try and follow up on it, but unable to catch, and they've got complete understanding because there's ward placed down as well. So Ken even got an MKB as well. So previously was a little bit worried about how to deal with this PA. Now, not so much.
Are these signs alive though for Farming Geniuses? Like, have you been impressed with how they've been playing these past couple of fights?
Middle tower is under attack.
The net worth is still growing for UDV, but it's growing at a much slower rate, right? And every single time that DB is able to just get another small component towards a successful team fight and being 6 slotted is going to be a huge deal for him.
He steps into the river as well,
that's a
but
dieback.
Azura's going to be nearby. DB flies into the arena. They want to take the fight, but with Ken's big item progression, he can beat onto DB. He's going to attempt to TP out the Vessuwan. He made it, and now Naaman's in with a huge combo. So they still get the kill in the end, but now Ken's going to continue to chase Naaman, playing by the Ancients. But it looks like Naaman, there should be an easy chase down UDV. They've got 3 heroes to continue stalking out their prey, and in the end, it's godlike on Ken.
Just caught the PA at the very end of it. It was like literally the last millisecond that they needed to be able to take him out, and he waited quite some time to TP, to have his BKB on when he was trying to finish that one up, and well, it's up costing him. It was a small attempt to try and come back into this lane, but it feels like this high ground ward is just doing them in time after time after time. You know, they previously went for the gank attempt there, and they got caught out. They went for another one right now around this Roshan timing. Caught out again, and it's a pretty obvious one. You know, it's where UDV feel safest right now. They've got plenty of towers to TP to. They've got the outpost. It's a bit odd for AG that they're letting this one slip by with some of their pathing.
I think that's just... We've had this map for such a long time where people start to get really creative. We've seen a lot of the lane wards, but you're just back to the basics, back to the cliff wards that give you so much information. And Army Geniuses, they haven't been dewarding these areas. And like you said, we've seen it really pay dividends, and a big reason why UDV are in this position.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We did just see UDV smoke under a ward, but DB... It's like that vision might not matter, though the spidey senses are tingling, so DB's just gonna get out of dodge.
I'm not sure how good Manta Style is going to be for DB this game. It does feel like he's able to dodge out too much. The demonic purge consistently used onto him.
High ground UDV go. Naaman's looking for the toss back. Okay. He's got BKB, but would hate to use it on the first life. You need to get the kill. A banishment the last second, but he's still on a slither of health and they don't get him. Oh my. Okay, so Radiant didn't commit heavily with that. I think only Soulbind was the big one.
I gotta say, Naaman's been playing pretty damn well.
Yep.
You know, this 4 Tiny constantly getting these catches. This 4 and Avalanche pretty consistently is... I don't think they want to go on to Ken. They want to try and find someone else. They know he's positioning as of right now. That courier doesn't give them away, but it's getting pinged out. They know exactly where they are, and He's looking to set up to be able to counter this smoke.
They've got horrible vision right now. Although they're looking at Jump Repeater, who did use BKB prior. Silence up the banishment once again, giving him some breathing room, moving to the triangle as DB's in trouble. He's going to try and bring down He, focusing by the secret shot, but DB, he's got no extra assistance. He gets the kill, brought back though, straight into the location of where Ken is, and look at the Templar Assassin go from one target to the next, and Ultra looking for a rampage as Naaman. Blink still on cooldown. They're able to cancel out his only escape avenue, or will they? Blink, TP.
Oh,
they've got
Naaman.
a ward. No, but Ken? He blinked the wrong way. What was that? Oh,
You
I
have
don't
vision,
know
my man. What's going on?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Are fortified.
Still though, Naaman just he's styling on him a little bit, but It's just a lot of these small
Top
mistakes,
lane,
right?
Malem just stopped JJ's TP. He tried to X-TP
Okay.
back and no BKB is
It's a
going
gem
to be
as well.
penalized. We'll get the gem. Okay. Almond's in again. Looking for the toss. Straight up on the Kree wave. You need to put Ken in a compromised position. They haven't been able to do that with the toss, but UDV, their formation completely broken as Lucifer just playing with the Glimmer. Well, I may as well get a D-Ward before he's killed off. The Army Geniuses, they do get some gold into the banks of Radiant, but it's still that big previous fight by the Roche Pit not going their way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And JG didn't even have a streak, and he gave up 720 gold to Asura when he died. So that's just how far ahead they feel right now on UDV. But every single one of these little wins, yeah, you had to use the buyback for it, but got the gem, and now maybe you'll look to start to reclaim some of that map control. Asura walking around underneath the ward right now, and to me, the big difference this game is just a lot of these little mistakes, right? Taking a lot of those fights underneath the dire vision when you didn't need to.
Ooh, Ken's just almost one hit for ease. But they've been able to kill off the first life with ease to the northern side. Naman's controlled in the arena, but it doesn't matter. All their attention, it's away from the Templar assassin as DB and co get a gigantic kill. And now DB's also eyeing up Tiki. He's only got Rapido nearby, maybe a speed to hold them back, but it won't do anything as Army Geniuses. How are they doing this?
It's Naman, man. He's just giving up his life, basically saying, hit me. Get all of your attention onto me, as long as it gives the rest of my team the freedom to just 100-0 you. You know, Void Spirit's one of those heroes that's great at being able to follow up in Aegis, because you've got that Aether Remnant, you're not able to get off the BKB on your second life, and yeah, very quickly they were able to take down that TA as long as she didn't have that magic immunity.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, he's even got the cobble up. This is looking like it being a really fun game. This is the SEA Dota that we've come to love.
Dire's structures are
Makes
fortified.
it out, maybe. Wami hunting the Snapfire in the tree line, but he will not be able to run into him, so Army Geniuses tier 1 into tier 2. They won't need to pop the double damage rune, so DB won't have this for the next fight.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
All right, Aries, guess time. What's the win prop?
I reckon like 43 for Army Geniuses?
33. It's still saying, all right, it's a 12k net worth lead, but getting a little bit scarier.
Wow. Just the fact that Army Geniuses are in a position where they can actually continue to play this game, because I just thought it was going to be a pretty slow closeout for UDV.
Some of those times that they've been looking to go up onto the high ground, it feels like they didn't fully take advantage of that triple BKB timing. You know, they were playing a little bit too apart. You got some pickoffs onto you. It made you didn't feel confident going high ground because you didn't have the full lineup, and every single minute is just time that DB on his PA has had to be able to farm. He's nearly level 25. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a pretty big deal at being able to snipe those backlines.
They're going to look to smoke, and they will run straight into Naman, but the Tiny's not the
Big
easiest
pickoff.
kill, and DB wants to utilize the last remaining duration of the double damage rune. They've also been able to kill off T here, and this is all Army Geniuses fight as UDV is scrambling out of dodge, but Lucifer will not be fortunate enough to make it away, as Army Geniuses have 0 casualties.
And Army Geniuses, this game means nothing to you. UDV are playing for their lives, and you're just saying, you know what? Doesn't matter that what was the biggest win probability? 10% they were at about 5 or so minutes ago. They're looking to turn this one around and be the first ones to take a lane of racks. Just look at Naman as well.
Yeah,
He's
look,
following
this is
around
huge.
JG.
Oh!
How did that not hit?
What? Oh. They're in. They want to force buybacks. But Instant Halberd's going to prevent the Templar Assassin from doing any damage. That's a beautiful spear, but where's the damage for? It's coming fast. Ken kills off DB, and now all of a sudden, Army Geniuses, can they go back in? Azura's thinking
Double
about this. They know the BKB's on cooldown. Teehee to the rescue though, to banish at the last second. Ken's able to blink out to the safety. JG eats the 8th remnant, a 0 mega kill streak. They're off the mark with the spear. Rapido still protected with the BKB. He's gonna be okay. And they're looking to rejoin as well. Templar Assassin killed back up to a decent mark, but Army Geniuses, they will not stick around.
And this game is back to dead even, and also level 25 picked up by that PA. Ends up dying, but that extra chance for the coup de grace, they really just want to make sure that they're picking off these high priority heroes, notably the Shadow Demon and the Snapfire.
So for UDV, we have a Hex now completed on JG. There's even a Hex queued up as okay. Well, Mars had a Hex queued up before the Nullifier. What do you feel like this is able to provide the lineup of this item?
The sheepstick or the nullifier?
The sheepsticks, because they had also Rapido had one queued up, so it's like obviously they're feeling like they're lacking something.
I think they just need to make sure that they're able to get their own crowd control off without the fear of a BKB just disrupting it entirely. You know, we've seen how effective it can be if you're able to get a good arena off. Rapido with a great spear again, and just imagine someone's a pig instead of just walking around. It just guarantees that you're going to hit that deadly spear back into a tower or back into a disadvantageous spot.
Mommy's very split from the team.
Around
the secret shop to the northern side, though, they've been able to run into Teehee. A big target if they can bring him down, and they will do so. And now UDV once again in shambles. They don't have the numbers advantage. They don't have JG, but they've been able to catch up the Templar Assassin. He tried to TP up, but not under the cover of the BKB. It's an easy surround as Army Geniuses. The tips come out before Ken even dies. Wicked sick on Azura.
Use the BKB to TP out, realizing how important it was. Maybe if they had used that, they would have felt like they could just immediately look to go into this Roshan. About 10 seconds until it's available again, of course. And it's scary for UDV. Army Geniuses, they're showing a lot of maturity that they didn't used to have. You know, the laning stage can go quite poorly for you, but if you look to play smart, play around your vision, play around these key timings, it can still work out for you. Oh, Roshan available.
There's a Scepter as well. Oh my lord. That's huge for DB.
You just want to go from kill to kill to kill to kill to kill.
Oh my. You were bringing up earlier, like this, we might not have a game where maybe Shadow Demon needs his Aghanim Scepter. Of course, he's gone for completely other items, but is Teehee now thinking about going this item just to help deal with PA late game?
I think he has to. You know, I was really feeling that they could look to close it out at like the 25-minute mark or so, but yeah, just a few times that they were split up too far on UDV, and that was never the real luxury. Narman, of course, continuing to play a very good lane, just taking attention away from the real area that they're looking to play around, which is the top side.
Now it's very difficult for Ken to do any damage. You're going up against the Halberd on Wommy that he's had for quite some time, which I'm a big fan of that item build for Wommy. I think that the Halberd has been exceptional. And now you have an E-Blade as well on the Void Spirit, which you can use it aggressively if you want on the TA just to force like a very early BKB.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, he's got the meld, at least, right, to be able to dispel it, which is nice,
Very
but
true, actually, yeah.
the last few fights have just gone so overwhelmingly good for Army Geniuses that he probably just pops the BKB, right, because they're playing scared right now. They had a... what was the net worth lead? I feel like it was about 17,000, 18,000, and now it's back to 5.
18,000 at the highest. 88% probability as well at that stage, but it's Army Geniuses standing their ground under the vision. Smoke's gonna pop and instantly DB's in. A Banishment's gonna buy a little bit of breathing room, so Rapido drops the combo. It's an okay arena. They're going to try and play around with the second one. Refresh just pop, but he doesn't have an opportunity to use it as DB doing so much damage, but he doesn't escape from the arena. So they're just going to look to stand their ground, swarming inside the vicinity. Is DB? Screw it. Why not jump the high ground? catch up the stragglers, but UDV, they can look to set up for round 2. And BKB's
It
already
already-
been used, so Ken
DB?
just swarming in with the damage. DB protected, but an X straight back in the lion's den. DB needs to play around with the Phantom Strike. He needs some assist, and that's where Azura comes in. Wommy with the medic as well. DB's not dead. He's not dead. To the northern side, heroes are crumbling. Now they're on Ken. Buybacks are lacking. Heroes are gone, and Army
Oh my
geniuses.
God.
How? How have they come back? They're in prime position to not take this game 1.
Oh my god, they're just going into the meat grinder one by one by one. He got so low on him there, but just the amount of assistance that he has. Naaman to make space with a lot of the stuns. You have the heal coming through from Wommy's Pugna. You've got the consistent use of the Inkswell onto the Phantom Assassin, and he's diving in. He's in top of 5. He used that BKB super early on, but they still weren't able to take him down. Oh my god, it's an 18k lead now for Army Geniuses. No buyback on Shadow Demon, no buyback on the Mars. You used it on the Snapfire as well, so you just look at... They have no buybacks on anyone except the TA.
They've been tossing DV under T4 towers. The jump, forcing out an early BKB, but look at just... They don't want to heavily commit until Naaman gets a toss. Repositioning Ken, but they're just going to look to avoid the Templar Assassin. Abyssal, Halberd, Ken can't do anything. There's nothing the TA can do. Another Halberd's out. This is buying so much space for Army Geniuses just to deal with everyone but the TA, and now they can kill him off afterwards.
My God.
As Army Geniuses take game 1 off the back of an exceptional comeback.
Oh... You got nothing to play for. Why you gotta do it to them? I mean, MVP for mine, I'll give it to 2. It's gotta be Wommy and it's gotta be Naaman. They just did an exceptional amount of work. Even just in these last few fights, just the perfect use of the Decrepify, exactly